Magic Mike.
Last name.
A wrestling ring to the big screen and back again. World champion wrestler Kevin Nash has starred alongside Hollywood's biggest stars. Tarzan was his character in Magic Mike, if you recognize that role. Also popped up in Rock of Ages. Now he's headed back to the Octagon. He joins us now in studio to talk about the high-profile wrestling event taking place in our city. So great to meet you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of people will recognize you from some of your movie roles, but let's talk about wrestling right now. Your history in the sport, your resume, long and deep, incredible.
I've been fortunate. I broke in at a very good time when the industry was kind of at a peak. I think that the Q rating for the guys at that time was spectacular, and we're just trying right now to take it. It's kind of been, for the last 8 years, somebody's, a lot of the different people are saying, who's going to be the next great or big thing? And that's where my love is right now, is to find that next great person, that next big star. And I think there's some guys in our organization that could fill that bill.
And you're talking about the next generation of
Absolutely.
wrestling that you're bringing to Calgary tonight. You've been around this for a long time, as mentioned. I didn't know this, that you were the longest WWF reigning champ?
I think in the 90s.
Yeah, because you came on as Shawn Michaels' bodyguard.
Right.
And then came into the ring.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
I just kind of got on Shawn's tailcoats, but at the same time though, Shawn had an injury, and I got to take Bret Hart on.
Right. And
Bret Hart and I had about a 7-month cage match around the country duo that was, as I will say, I've never had anything but a 4-star match with Bret Hart.
Just a great wrestler and great competitor.
Stu taught those boys how to fight. They always say that it wasn't the, it was always the size of the fight, and all those guys brought it to you each night. And you could pen them 55 times, but they kick out 56. And I was thinking about the Hart boys. I mean, and this is, that next generation. This is where it's going to. This next generation of that Stampede, that Hart, that, and we're going into the AAA banner. But this is the talent is amazing.
We have a huge history in our city for wrestling and in this country. Obviously with the Stampede Wrestling, Ed Whalen, a huge icon broadcaster here in our city, was the big MC there. Do you think that there's not just what the glory days of what this was all about in our city? Do you think not only in Calgary but around North America that there is a market for this?
What I think is what's happened is, if you go back to 1990, and you look at Hollywood, and you look at the film industry, and everything was, it was big productions, it was the big studios, and all of a sudden Amerimark came in, and all of a sudden independent films became profitable, Fox Searchlight. And to me, that's what's going on right now. Vince McMahon controls pro wrestling. There's nothing that can touch Vince McMahon. WWE that's the point, and it's set very high. It's the Bob Beamon long jump, to surpass what the WWE has. But what we have is, I watch, and there's a new style. It's not a style that I work, but it's a style that's very prevalent now. It's a high-flying style. And I say this, that the guys, if you come tonight at Stampede Arena and watch the guys, it will be the difference between watching the WWE guys go off the 10-meter high board and our guys going off the cliffs of Acapulco.
Okay.
So it's a little, there's a little bit more of a degree of danger.
So you've had an Intercontinental champ, you were a World Wrestling Federation champ, I think you were WCW champ. Do we see a title for you in this new association?
I think most likely to become Kenny Rogers.
That'll be the new belt.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers belt.
And the thing is, I'm going to get a bunch of facial surgery, which makes me no longer look like him. And then, but go back with the 5th edition, which will clarify things. So.
Well, great to have you in our city. Looking forward to tonight very much, and congratulations on the success you're having in the films right now. Look forward to your next venture. As we know, obviously, Magic Mike, huge success. Hopefully, maybe a sequel. We have tickets to see The Next Generation Wrestling taking place tonight at the Victoria Pavilion on the Stampede grounds. You can log on to globaltvcalgary.com, click on today's contest, enter your name into the draw. Much more still ahead. The Blues back in our city, ringing in the new National Music Center. More on that when we come back.